Hello.
Hello? What's occurring?
I am going to do slow cooked barbecue beef. It's very slow. It takes a few days. In the meantime, we're going to have an inhaler hoppy pale ale from Magic Rock HQ beer. Quite nice. Right, so to start, you need to go to a butcher. You could go to a supermarket, but I'd much prefer if you went to a butcher. Flipping cat here. And you want to get a short rib of beef. You can get a whole short rib. If you want to get it cut in half, get it cut in half, but I would recommend not. Now, what I've got the beef in is 75 grams of salt, 75 grams of regular white granulated sugar, and 1 dessert spoon of smoked paprika. You mix the salt, sugar and paprika together, you rub it all over the beef, pour it into the cooking bag, the freezer bag even. Try and get as much air out as you can, zip lock it, and you need to put that in the fridge for a day or two. I've actually had it in for 2 because we were going to have a barbecue yesterday, but the weather was crap. But as you'll see, all this liquid that's come out is all the moisture that was in the beef. So what it does is it dries out the beef, which oddly makes it more juicy, and the beef will have inherited the flavours of the salt, sugar and paprika. So after a day or 2, you remove it from the bag into a basin of cold water. Now that's how much liquid has come out of that beef. I'll put that to one side because you won't use that, it'll be far too salty. So as you can see, the beef gets darker, the flesh gets firmer, and we want to leave all this fat on. Now you want to give it a wash, or do what I'm doing is I'm going to soak it in cold water for 10 minutes, and in the meantime you want to put your oven on to 120 Celsius, which is really low, and you want to get a pan that you can put in the oven or a roasting tray and some tin foil. You also want to peel 2 medium onions and have 3 tomatoes, and you want roughly a pint of cold water. So I'll come back in 10 minutes and show you the rest. Right, so just before you take your beef out, you want to cut your onions. Now, these can be used for the basis of a sauce. I'm probably going to blend the sauce, so I'm just going to slice it roughly, not too thin. Break them up. You want them just to cover the base of the pan so that the beef won't be sticking to it. Now, there's quite a lot of salt in that beef already, but I'm going to put in a sprinkle of salt into the onions because that'll help to withdraw some of the moisture from them and help them cook a bit quicker, and a little bit of pepper. And then tomatoes. Again, I'm going to slice them fairly roughly. Just chuck them in a pan. Now if you want to get more of a barbecue flavour, you could use brown sugar to marinate your beef, or to cure the beef, because effectively that's what you've done. It won't bring it back to life, obviously. And then over this mix, a good pinch between your thumb and finger of some dried thyme. remove the beef from the sink or the basin and water. Don't need to dry it off. Just sit it in there so that the bone is kind of held up. This will probably fall onto its side, but it's not a major issue. But if you can use the vegetables like that to hold the beef in place. And then you want to add a pint of cold water. Bit of tin foil. Doesn't have to be too tightly fitting because the oven's not that hot really. And you want to let some steam escape. And into that oven for at least, I'm going to put it up to 130 on our oven because it's not a fan. But you want to put that in there for at least 4 hours, at least. So we'll come back after 4 hours and we'll do the next bit.
Evening.
Evening. So the beef has been in the oven now for 5 hours because 120 was too cold in this oven. But not to worry. I checked it after 3.5 hours and the meat was starting to sort of come away from the bone, so if you look in you'll see I've tied it. Now the meat's still firm, which is fine. I'm just going to check this. That tastes lovely. So what you want to do is uncover it, crank your oven up to 200 degrees Celsius, and we've just found these Szechuan peppers in a gin making kit. So goodness me, took off the bloody shades. So I'm going to put a good teaspoon of them. Give it a shake. Like I say, oven up to about 200. In fact, I'm going to put it up full whack, so it's 240. I'm going to leave it in for another half hour. Let it get a bit of colour. Now, at this stage, I would be putting that in the barbecue. Oh, very nice. I would put it on the barbecue like that, but I would be taking the meat out and then making the sauce. But I'll do this process and then I'll show you how to make the sauce. So, I shall come back in half an hour.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Oh, hiya.
Going to do a wee magic trick. You got a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that magic, I could have just poked it out with my lug. So, 20 pence, yes, 20 pence. Real coin.
Oh, don't put it in your mouth.
Place that on there. Place the magic lid over the top. And say the magic words. Biff buff homosexual.
What?
Cool. That's a 5 pence.
That's magic.
That's magic. Anyway, enough of that shit. Right, so half an hour beef been in the oven. I've had it up nice and high. I've just turned it down. Let steam out. Oh, now we're talking. Right. So I get my changs out. And that beef is just about falling apart, so hence why I tied it. Now you want to let that cool a wee bit, and then I'm going to get the next bit ready, but you're going to need a heat-proof container, i.e. a jug or some sort, and also a stick blender. So I'll come back then. I'm back in the room. God, how did I get there? Right, so carefully ladle or spoon your mixture into your heatproof container. Remember, the handle will be hot because it's been in the oven. There's no rings on, so don't worry, that won't burn. Right, to that, you want to add some good old Tommy K. So you want six dessert spoons of Tommy K. Two dessert spoons of runny honey. Oh, I love music. And I've got some cider vinegar here. Literally 1 spoonful of that. Just give it a little stir. I'm sure you don't need to see this next bit, but basically you waz this up into a smooth paste. So I'll get on with that and we'll come back once it's wazzed.
Hello.
Right, so you've wazzed this up. Now, I've just tasted this and I'm not going to lie, it's tasty as it is. Really fine. But, got the hat, forgotten that was hot.
Shit.
Put the pan back on the heat, high heat, and you want a sieve just to get all those Szechuan peppers out really. And then you use the back of your ladle, pass that through the sieve. Now this gets all the seeds out of the tomatoes as well, so it is really worth it. But it'll get all this liquid out, and you want to reduce this until it's thick and sticky. You want it stickier than a porn star's knickers after a day of filming.
God's sake.
Which I think is probably stickier than a spastic's chin. Right. So yeah, let that boil down until it's really thick. It's a consistency of tomato ketchup. Come back and show you the next stage. Right, so when your sauce is reduced to a thick consistency like ketchup, or just slightly thicker than ketchup, give it a taste, and you'll probably find that it's really quite strong tasting, in a good way. So put it on a low to medium heat. You need unsalted butter, and you want to put in about 50 grams. This is a process known as Monty au beurre. So you just put in flakes of butter. And it's important that this is unsalted because you're trying to dilute the saltiness of the sauce. Get it out of the way.
That looks like a lot of butter, but
But it's not. You need it. And you just keep stirring this in until it's melted, and I'll come back. So, all the butter's incorporated into the sauce. You get a nice thick sauce. Give it a taste. You can put more butter in if you need.
but you don't need to.
I don't need to, but other people might. I mean, it looks like a lot of butter,
It does.
but it's not really. The reason you put the butter in sauces, as you can see, it helps thicken it and enrichen it. It's a process they use in French cookery, called Monty Aubert, which literally means to mount with butter. Not like Last Tango in Paris. That was a slightly different mounting with butter. Anyway, so if you'd already taken the beef out of the oven at the previous stage before heating it up and reduced the sauce then, now would be the time to slather that sauce all over it and then finish it in the barbecue. But because I don't have a barbecue going, so the meat should be cooked enough that it's pretty much falling off the bone or coming away from the bone. I could still cook this a bit longer. Probably I'd want to do it on the barbecue. And I'm going to have mine in a nice and crusty bit of bread that I made. Gee whiz. This is crustier than the cocks in a nursing home. I'm assuming. So, just literally cut nice slabs of this. Some people might not like this bottom bit that attaches to the rib. I do. So, Kate's having hers with vegetables, also known as the Conservative Party. And I'm just going to slap mine in there. I like the fatty bits. Now if I wanted to have some salad with this, I would, but I don't want. So slather it onto my loaf and put on some of Kate. It doesn't look pretty, but that's barbecue beef. Unfortunately, the weather's conspired against this. It really should be cooked on the barbecue. You could chop it up and serve it as pulled beef, but anyway, I'm going to enjoy it. Happy crappy cooking.
So, verdict?
Good. Would have been better if it was on the barbecue for that last bit. But holy shit. Very, very tasty. I'll do that again.